Hi everyone, it's Caroline here from Aussie Cards and Crafts, and I'd like to thank you for joining me today. Today what I'd like to do is to show you how to make this card here. It's a twist and pop card, and I'll be honest, there are a lot of these cards actually on the internet. When I decided how I wanted to use these beautiful little Putty Cat dies, I thought, oh, twist and pop would be really good. And I actually did research quite a few, and there's a lot. There was one that I looked at was one from May Made This, but I did go back to my original style that I did quite a couple of years ago now, and that was one by Mixed Up Crafters Sam Calcott. So I will actually link her video to this as well, because I have used her measurements, and totally different decoration obviously, but I have used her measurements and her technique of putting this beautiful, absolutely beautiful twist and pop mechanism in there. Isn't that unbelievable? I just absolutely adore it. I really do. It's just one of those. I guess when these cat dies arrived a couple of days ago now, and I thought, oh, what can I do with them? And I thought, no, this could work. This could really work. And I just love it. It's a little bit thick. I made a few mistakes on this, so that's why it's not closing properly. The one I do today will close. And the mistakes that I made is I went ahead and I popped on all of the cards, the white cards at the back. And then I thought, no, it'd be better to actually have white, then black, then white. And it would be better to decorate them before I put them on. So I've actually put cards over there. So instead of being 4 thicknesses of card there's actually 8, plus you've got the base card there as well. So that's actually 12 thicknesses of card. So this one won't do, it won't see, you might see that catches just a little bit there. It's not a huge problem, but when we do this one tonight, it shouldn't do it anyway. So let's get started. I'll show you the products that I'm using to do this. The first one is my Peking Cats. I just love these. They arrived about 2 days ago, I think it was. Excuse me. It's only a die. There's no stamp with this one. This is just a die. It's an unbranded one that I've got from China. I've got about another 5 of these, I think, or 5 or 6, maybe a little bit more. But I just love them. So what I've done is I've cut out copious quantities, because you just put them on a sheet and run them through the die cutting machine. So I've got a lot of different ones, and I've done them in the black and white of that. So I've used that particular one. That is available, or it will be, on my website at www.aussiecardsandcrafts.com.au. So I'll have that one up there. The other one that I've used quite extensively, and this is for the brickwork just here, also the brickwork in here and the brickwork up there and around here, is just this little stamp that's down here. Now this is one of my other ones. It's a Christmas Critters one, but I just find that is so good just to build up your fences and your walls. It just is a great set. It is only excuse me, it is only the stamps. The dies that they sent with it were the incorrect ones, so I'm only selling it as stamps, but there's absolutely beautiful stamps there, but this in particular is just gorgeous. And you've got those lovely little paws there too that you can pop on the top of the fence. So that's another product that I'm using. So there's those two. I'm also using excuse me, I'm also using a Happy Birthday Matte and Letter die, and that is the one that's on the front here. And that one is one that I bought from a craft store here in South Australia, down at Paraka, Paper Flourish. And that is a Paper Roses one. So I think that one is still possibly available. So by all means, look that one up. I can't tell you who this one was, but this is one that I also got from Paper Flourish a long time ago. And you'll see that where I've done birthday wishes, I've used that and that for there. Okay, so that's pretty much the supplies that I've used. What I'd like to do now is just go ahead and give you the sizes. Now, it is relatively heavy on card, this this particular cardstock, this particular card. So, okay, let's grab my... Right. So your base piece is your first piece, and that piece is going to be 12 inches by 6 inches, and you're going to score that piece at 6 inches, and then you're going to fold it over. So down there, and then fold it in half, because it is a top fold card, this one. Okay, so just burnish that there and pop that to one side at the moment. The next one that you need is going to be 3 matte pieces, and these matte pieces are going to be for the front there, and also this piece here and this piece just here. So don't look too closely at that one. I did make some major mistakes on that, but that's what happens when you're designing. So, okay, so this one is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and you will need 3 of those. So there's 1, 2, and 3. The next piece that you'll need is going to be the piece that comes just here. Okay, so that's this piece here. So that piece is going to be 11 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Okay, so along the 11 inch side, you will then need to score at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and 8 1/4. Okay, you then burnish them and make them into basically a W if it's going to be that way, or an M if it's going to be that way. Okay, so just fold them, burnish them, make sure that they're nice crisp folds, and there was that one. You also need a 2 pieces. You'll see that I messed this one up, so that's why it's been done 2 sides. This is the correct side. You'll need the 2 pieces that will go up there and down here, and the size of those is going to be 5 1/2 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and you will need 2 of those. You will also need, for the top of these just here, you will also need 4 pieces. Now what I have done is I've done 2 black and 2 white, so they're all the same size. They are all 2 1/2 inches by 3 1/2 inches, and as I say, I have decided to do the same as this, 2 black and 2 white, and I'll go through how I'm doing that in a moment. For our mechanism, you will need a piece of paper, a piece of card that is 8 inches by 3 1/2 inches. Now along the 8 inch side, what you need to do is you need to get your scoring tool, and you need to make a mark at 2 1/4 inches. I need you to score down at 4 inches, and then I need you to make a mark at 5 3/4 inches. Flip it over and then do the same again. So make a mark at 2 1/4 inches, and then another mark at 6 1/4 inches. What you do then, and if you've got a scoreboard like me where you do actually, this one folds in 2, I tend to go 2 over from my my center. I don't even need to do that if I'm using that particular one. So if I'm going to go at 5 1/8, which is 2 over from that, where you've made your mark at just there, you need to make sure that that is on the line, and on the same line, in fact that's the wrong way out, on the same line down the bottom, you've got to make sure that they line up. So that mark that you made there, the notch there and the notch there, you just use your scoring tool and make a scoring line. The other way, you do the same thing. You can use a cutting board cutting board or even a cork board, just because this is only scoring. Okay, and once again, you can go down and do that one. So effectively, the last one that you need to do is along the 3 1/2 inch side, you do need to score at 1 3/4 all the way down. So effectively you're going to end up with something like this. So you've got a cross there, you've got one in the center there, and you've got one in the center there, and all of those meet in that central point. Okay, now what we do is when I'll go into, actually I won't do that right now because I'm still going through the sizes. So the final piece that you will need is this piece just here. Okay, now this is a piece that is going to be 5 3/4 inches by 3 inches, and it's up to you how acute you want that angle. I've gone basically, I think it is let me have a look at my notes here. I think I went 2 1/4 inches up from the bottom and put a mark just there. And what we now need to do to make that is you're going to go from that corner there down to that mark that you've made. Now I have drawn a line. You don't need to draw a line, but I have drawn a line, and you need to just trim that just to give it a bit of an angle. Okay, so that one is a piece that goes on just there. Now what I've also done with this, while you've got it out, I have then gone down and measured an inch from the top, both sides, and I have joined those 2 marks up, and that is going to be the top of my fence. Okay, because I don't want the fence to come up too high, because then I'd have to put white cats on it, and I didn't want white cats, I wanted black, and the black obviously has to stand out on the white. So there we go. So they are all the pieces that you need. The other thing that I did is, and I think I showed you that piece before, the yes, the Paper Roses one, I've gone ahead and I've done these as well. So they are a matte and layer, happy birthday, and just to make it easier and quicker, I've already gone ahead and cut those out and stuck them together. So let's get started. So first off, we're going to go to our base piece. I don't think I need that anymore. And what we need to do is we need to pop down our 3 matte layers. Okay, now these are 5 3/4, so you'll have a lovely border around there. So I'm going to glue all of those. There's one on the front, one there, and one there. Right, I'll pop that aside for the time being. The next piece we need to work on is we need to work on the this piece here. Now we already did our score lines on this one, so we now have a score line that goes right across there, a score line that goes there, a score line from that mark to that mark, and a score line from that mark to that mark. And what you need to do is you need to basically pop these, let me just see which way it goes. If you pop these together, okay, so it's going to fold. This is going to be a valley fold, and you push those together and you will see that it will start to look like a bit of a rocket or a bit of a house. Okay, so you've got a triangle there and a triangle at the back. Don't worry about the tape at the moment, I'll go through that with you in a moment. But that is your mechanism as to how that pops out. So when you've got it in this position, you then need to get your burnishing tool, and you need to burnish those folds and burnish them really well into place, making sure your point is really, really well is correct at the top there. Then what you need to do is you need to get your ruler and you need to measure 1 1/4 inches up. So I've put a mark there, a 1 1/4, and a mark there at 1 1/4, and I know that my sticky tape, and I've actually done a line across it, my tape, my double-sided tape has got to go there, okay? If I flip it over, I'm going to do exactly the same thing here. So I've got another mark there at 1 1/4 and another mark there at 1 1/4, and just the bottom part. You can't have any tape on the top part. It has to be the bottom part, okay? Now what we're going to do, so that is actually how your mechanism will work, and you'll see how that will work in a moment. So I'll pop that up there. The next thing we need to do is we need to start doing a little bit of stamping because I need to do, you'll notice on the bottom here that I have actually numbered these. So that's number 1, that's number 2, that's number 3, that's number 4. And if I turn those all over, you'll see that I've actually drawn some lines in them. Now, if I bring this one in, this is where I changed it slightly. When I went to do this one, I did keep that line going around, but you'll see that it suddenly jumps up to there, and then you've got your brick wall, and then it jumps up to there and got your brick wall. I mean, it looks fine, but I thought it would be nice to actually have them lined up. So what I did is I put them all together. I decided where I wanted them. Wanted the top of my fence, my brick wall, and I wanted, whoopsies, so I wanted the first one to start about there, to go there, which then you put a mark on both of them at the same spot. You do the same with this piece here, which isn't quite right. Oh, yes, it is. So just there. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's really quite easy to do. And then, of course, with the last one, and all I've done is I've drawn a line between those dots on those pieces. Now we're going to treat them all individually. These are going to be done with a silver, and I've got this Midas metallic pigment stamp for the black ones, and I'm using the Memento Tuxedo Black for the white ones, and I use Tuxedo Black for the rest of it. It's just the black, the bricks on the black card needed to be in silver. So I'll grab this and just wipe this off because I was using it before. Okay, now what we need to do is to grab our Tuxedo Black, and I'm just going to stop for a second, going to put another light on so that you can see me. That's better. Now I can see what I'm doing too. So with the 2 white ones, what I need to do, and I need to grab a piece of scrap for this one. So, as I said, this is from my Christmas Critters one, and it is just these 4 bricks down here. And you build them up to make them look like a fence. It takes a little while, so I'll show you how I do them, and then I'll possibly either switch off or just whiz through it so that you can actually see how they're done. But to start off with, you need to ink up your stamp, and I use just a silicone one, and excuse my head if I get under your vision here, but I just need to line it up. So, and just stamp it. Go once again, and this is why you need paper underneath, and you join those 2 up like so. So there's our first row of bricks. Now, as you can see, we've got the grout or the cement in between the bricks there. So I need to make it look like a fence, I need to line that up with not at the same space, but underneath those first bricks. So let me see how I go there. There we go. And then once again, there. And you just keep doing that until such a time as you have filled in all of that space. There's the end of it there. There. And yeah, it's not 100% perfect, but it really doesn't matter for what we're doing. And then of course we do the same thing with this. So while I've got the black inked, I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to do that, and then I'll go on and I'll do the 2 black ones, but I'll do that with the silver just here. Okay, so there we have, I made a little bit of a mess up of that one, but I think when you get the cats on that, you're not going to really notice. So as you can see, the way that I've done it, they pretty much match up the walls are actually matching up. I can see my pencil line there, so I'll just use my eraser to get that out. And although I did mess it up a little bit there, I don't think you're really going to notice it once I've got the cats there. So once you've done that, what you need to do is you need to open up your this part here. Okay, so that's where you've got them, and you now need to pop them on like so. Okay, making sure they're in the right spot. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those on for you. Just be careful of this this Midas one, because that actually did smudge. I'll try and rub that off later or fix it up with a black texture, but I'm not overly concerned because it is only a fence. Okay, now we need to decorate, and I'll just open this up so you can see how I did it before. Depends on what you've got, where you want them. This is slightly different to that. So as you can see, I kind of went a bit overboard with my cats, but I just think they're gorgeous. I really do. Some of them have got nice straight sides on them, so you could pop them, you know, coming off of the side there. Others could be, oh, you could do another one there. Some of them obviously have got paws that hang over the fence, which I think are absolutely beautiful. I really love this die set. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop them there. Let's see if I've got a right-handed. Yes, I have. I think we can go like that. And then with the black ones, once again, I love them coming off the side. It's a nice big one there. So he can go just there. This little one's only just peeking over, so I'll pop him, I think, just there. I might put him over a little bit actually. Might put him over to that side and have this one peeking over like so. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. Okay, so there's the first part done. I seriously love these cats. I think they're so cute, so gorgeous. Okay, so that part's going to go on there. That's going to go on our mechanism, and I'll show you how to attach that. I'll do that now. So here was the mechanism that we made. Remember the little house or the rocket? So what you need to do is you need to fold this up. Make sure that all of your putty cats are on there, or whatever you're using for decoration. Fold it up, and what you need to do is you need to slide this in here. So you're going to have one at the top, one at the bottom, and one at the top. So making sure that when you're putting it in, that you've got the equal distance. You see that they're not quite the same width as this mechanism. They're a little bit taller. So just make sure you've got them correct in the correct distance at the end, on both ends. So first off, I'm going to take this off. As you can see, I've done a lot of this beforehand, so speed up the video, because it's it's easy, but it's a little bit time consuming if I was going to do everything on camera. Okay, turn it over, take these pieces off, the tops of these, and you will see that we can then, if I can get it off, that's better. And then you, keeping it flat, pop that down there. Okay, so that when that opens up, you're going to have that one pull from at the top of the card. You're going to have that one stuck to the bottom, and it's going to open up like so. So we need to probably do it that way. So you need to open it up like so. Okay, so this is the top. I'll just put a T there because you're going to, and this is the bottom. Okay, so that's as simple as that mechanism is. It really, it's effective, but it's a very, very simple one to do. A lot of them, they actually had the mechanism that went right out to here, and it came right up as another piece up here, which, as Sam said, it was a bit of a waste of, you know, the card, and I do tend to agree with her there. Now what we need to do is we now need to, let me have a little think. What we need to do is we need to attach that mechanism. So to do that, you need to get the center of your card. Now it's 6 inches wide, so I would suggest you just pop a little dot at the halfway mark on that 6 inch crease line. We've got a T there, so we know that that's the top. And you can either use glue or you can use tape. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to use glue this time because I've got it out. And you just glue that top triangle. Okay, both sides of it. Making sure that it stays in position. And then bring this top down. Press it down and let it dry. You then turn it over and you do exactly the same to the part that you've put a B on for bottom. Okay. And once again, fold it over. And when that's dry, when you open up your card, you are going, it's actually not quite dry yet, so I won't do it just yet. It won't take too long. Okay, as you can see, it actually opens up like so. I just needed to. So the mechanism works really well, opens and shuts really well. So that is basically the card, and the rest of it is just decoration. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I've done that and that, and also show you how I've done that as well. So let me get my stamp out again. So basically what I need now, if I'm going to do this front top piece, as you can see, I don't think I'm going to worry about the top. I'm just going to have it from the sides and having them different distances as if the wall is breaking down. So I'm not going to have along the top there, but what I need to do is I now need to get my stamp again, and the same as I did last time, I need to work my brick wall. So I'll pop that there. So basically I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 right the way across. So I'll do that first. And maybe another one there. Okay, so that is going to be the top of my card. And down the bottom where I have done my, I've got to find it now, my happy birthday. I'll just close that up for a moment. So down the bottom where I have got birthday wishes, I'm just going to go around the edge with this just to finish it off. So I'll do that now. Okay, so you'll notice that our stamp is too long to actually just put in there. So what you need to do is to grab a piece of scrap from somewhere. I'm sure there'll be some in the bin here. And just cover over this last brick here. So I'm just going to cover that like so, just so you can see that black part there, but that's, or just so you've covered that black part there, should I say. And then we put that there. Okay, so there is our birthday wishes. So I'll pop that away for the time being. We will need it again in a moment, but I'm just going to decorate the inside of this before I do the outside. There we go. So now I'm going to stick this one on here. And there's the inside of our card done. Okay, there's a couple of marks there that I'm going to try and get off. They might come off, might not. I might have to somehow disguise them. The other thing that I thought that I could do is, with the white cats, put maybe blue eyes in them with some little gems, and with the black cats maybe put some green, but I haven't got them out, so I might do that before I put it up on YouTube. But yeah, so that's been folded flat, so there's there. Now the front is this piece just here. Now remember, we cut that off at an angle, and that is going to go, eventually going to go on there. Okay, what we now need to do is we now need to go back to our stamping again, and we now need to make we now need to do our fence down here so that I can put some more black cats there and some more white cats up here. So let me, remember I asked you to measure down 1 inch from the top on both sides and draw a line, and that is going to be the start point of your brick fence, and you're just going to keep going over that until you get down to the far corner just here. Now, the reason we came down 1 inch is so that we can actually put some black cats on there. Okay, and 1 inch, you might get a couple of the ears going over, but generally speaking, you're going to get them in there. So there's there we go. Oopsies, a bit top heavy with cats. So what we do now is we attach that to the bottom of this first mat. Okay, so I'll glue that down now. Okay, now what we also need to do is we also need to find our happy birthday, which is just here. Now when I cut that out, and I think this was the paper rose one, I think I said that before, yeah, it was paper roses. You'll see that it comes with a matte layer, which is the white, and it also comes with the letters as well, so the happy birthday, which I've done in black. So what I did is I cut the white out, and then I put double-sided tape behind. I used this thick double-sided tape behind the wording, and then I cut it out with this, still with the backing on, because it allowed me to have for it to have sticky tape on the back and not have to glue it and make a mess. So that's just a tip. I find that's excuse me, I find that's quite handy. So I'm going to pretty much do it the same as what I did before. The edge, you'll see I've got glue there and I've got glue there, but I will wait until I've got till it's dry, and then I'll take that off. So there we have it. There is my Peking cats. Twist and Pop card. I absolutely love it. I just think I love the simplicity of it being black and white. As I say, you could put some, get some little jewels and put the eyes in the cats, and I think that would really, really make it look lovely, but I'm not sure whether I've got green and blue, and if I did, I don't know whether I'd have enough, so I might need to go and see if I can get some more. I mean, you could put some more of these coming from the top if you wanted to. I chose not to on this one, but you could do it with them hanging down. But I think it just looks lovely as it is. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. It really does help me if you do that. Give me a thumbs up below. And please, if there's any questions whatsoever, please ask. Just pop a question down below or contact me through Facebook, which is the Aussie Cards and Crafts site on Facebook. More than happy to respond to any questions that you might have, but it is a lovely card. It's a spectacular card. Everybody that I've given it to in the past has gone, oh wow, and that's always a great response to get. Thanks for listening, and as I say, if you're not a member of the Facebook group, please head on over and join us. We'd love to see some of your works as well. And if you can subscribe, that will be great. But until then, until next time, I would just like to say good evening and happy crafting. Bye.